What's going on, guys? Today I'm bringing you one of my favorite videos of the year where we try and trade for every first round pick in this year's draft. Now I went through all the teams trying to see who had the most players with the highest trade value. I figured it'd be between like the Avalanche and the Leafs, and it's probably no surprise to you guys, it's the Colorado Avalanche again this year. It's just so hard to compete with their top three. So I feel like using the Avalanche here, we should be able to complete the challenge. Now for this video, guys, I do have to have salary cap turned off. That way we can focus on taking back picks, not players. Also too, guys, I'm lowering the trade difficulty from medium to easy, again, just to like, give us a chance here. Otherwise, I don't even know if it's possible. And so next year, guys, I'll show you all the assets we have to work with on this team. As I mentioned, the top two players, honestly, Rantanen is pretty much max trade value too, so hard for any other team to compete with this. You got Devin Taser with a good amount of value. I've actually added a healthy Gabe Landeskog back on this team. That's going to help us out a lot. Bowen Byram, Nichushkin, Lehkonen, Kovalenko there's got a good amount of value. Trying to find like their first round picks. Callum Ritchie there, Guliev. We could definitely probably trade them plus something for a first rounder, because in this game, like, first round picks do have quite a bit of value. I was talking about, the Leafs, maybe using them. I'll show you guys just kind of how they compare. You can see Nylander definitely probably should have a lot more trade value than that. And then again, you look at the first round pick there. They're like pretty hard to get. Like, you can't just trade one good prospect. It's going to take a couple. So I'll probably just start with the Ducks here. See if we can go through getting all these picks. I should mention too, the Avs do have their first round picks. So we got to acquire 31 more here. The Ducks as well has a bit of trade value because like in game they're considered a seller. So immediately we have to make, a pretty big splash. Now, my first offer here, guys, I doubt the Ducks do it, but it's Devin Tays for their first rounder and Troy Terry. They reject that, too far off. I do see that Tays has more value than their first rounder, so we're going to try and get something back here. Fowler has like half the value. Maybe, I don't know, Fowler in a third. We got to basically make sure every single trade we maximize to the full potential, because otherwise, we're missing on that small asset that could end up, being crucial for us later on after I've torn the team down to the bare bones. So this trade here, maybe. Trade still rejected, just a touch. So at this point, I'll add a 7th round pick in 2029. That should get to go through. Again, like all of our assets, every player, every pick, is in play for us. And there we go. So we got the Ducks pick. Fowler, hopefully we can flip. The Coyotes first round pick next year is also going to be pretty tough to get because, again, they're considered a seller. So early on, I got some big trades to make. Now, for the Coyotes first round pick here, guys, I'm offering up Bowen Byram. I'm taking back Brown there just as the roster spot. He's their only player on the block, has like no value. And then trying to get a couple fourths as well. The values went on their side, but they like Byram, and the difficulty's on easy, so this might happen. Trade rejected, too far off. Okay, maybe no fourths. Trade still rejected. They said swing the value just a touch. Okay, so again, we're going to go like with another super late 7th rounder, 2028. There we go. Honestly, we got two of the toughest first rounders out of the way early. Like this Bruins first round pick here is going to have almost no value. They actually don't even have their first round pick in this year's draft. Buffalo, though, does. Could this get it done? Fowler third and new in for a first in Comrie. Alright, guys, so after Buffalo said no to the Fowler package, I'm just going to skip them for now. For some reason, like their first round pick seems, too hard to get. Calgary Flames here. Maybe they have a player they really like. Sometimes, too, it has to do with, like, again, the team wants. Alright, so the Flames could move Landeskog. Let's see if we can get a first and a third here from the Flames for Gabriel Landeskog, captain of this team. They say yes. Okay. I'm wondering maybe could have gotten a little bit more from them, but that's okay. Hurricanes pick up next. Hurricanes, they're a contender. They're a buyer. This first rounder shouldn't cost us too much. Let's just try trading like this whole draft. 2, 3, 4, 5. Would that get it done? It does. Alright, so there we go. Alright, guys, so since the Chicago pick has so much value, I'm just going to skip them for now. Probably come back when we're like, trade one of our better players. Alright, guys, so we just skipped over Columbus. And next year, I'm trying to get the Dallas Stars first round pick, plus Heiskanen and Pavelski for Mikko Rantanen. We'll see what they say to this one. Trades accepted. Okay, honestly, I didn't think they would go for that, but there we go. Got a pretty big haul for him. And next, you guys are trying to get the Boston Bruins first round pick from the Red Wings, offering up 2/3 and a 4th. It's almost the same value. This would be a steal if we can get, this pick this cheap. Trades rejected. I don't think we're that far off. I think we can do this another second. Throw in a 6 and a 7. They want all the picks. Trades accepted. Okay, so some picks like that you can get for very cheap. Again, we skipped over Chicago, Columbus because their picks were very valuable. Even Edmonton's there is actually more valuable than I expected for like, a conservative buyer. Already, you guys can see we got a quarter of the first round picks. Still have, a good amount of assets here to work with. Let's see if Samuel Girard, we get a first rounder from the Oilers, 1 for 1. Trade rejected. I mean, I seen it had more value on their side. I thought maybe though it could work. Let's try throwing on like a few picks here. 3, 4, 5. I already tried the third. It wasn't enough. Still no. What if we add one more? I'm going to have like no picks, but the 32 first rounders by the end of this. They say yes. Okay, so that's nice. Florida does not have a first rounder. LA there. Theirs has a lot of value too, like considering where they're at. Alright, guys, next you're going to try Kovalenko, Guliev, a 4th and a 5th. The LA Kings first. They say yes. Okay, there we go. I'm not gonna lie, this seems like tougher than in years past. which is kind of crazy. Like, maybe just, you know, first round picks have more value now in NHL 24. All right, guys, next year I'm trying to get a big trade with the Minnesota Wild, getting Jonas Brodin, who's on the blocks. I'm trying to take advantage of that. Matt Boldy, their first, and Yorov, all for Heiskanen. This is more value than Heiskanen, but I basically just want to make sure we get the max value. I do think the Rantanen trade to Dallas, maybe we could have added like a third round pick, second round pick, maybe got a little bit more. So just want to be safe here. Wild said yes. Wow, okay. So maybe there we actually could have added a second or a third. I feel like with those big time players, I should be, yeah, maxing it out. 5 assets. Montreal Canadiens up next here. Their first round pick. Again, like, it's got the same amount of value as like the LA Kings first round pick, which doesn't make a ton of sense to me. They like Brodin. We could immediately flip him, it looks like, for their first. Also, too, does Montreal have any bad contracts? Brendan Gallagher. They might not want to pay him 6.5 for the next 4 years. Brodin for Montreal's first plus Gallagher. I mean, we got to think we're doing them a favor, right? Taking back Gallagher. See if we can also get a 4th and a 5th here. Trades accepted. Brodin there for the 1st, 4th, 5th, and Gallagher. Okay, all of a sudden we're on a roll. Nashville first round pick now, guys. I'm looking. Nichushkin, I'm kind of the guy I'm eyeing. Their first round pick is a bit more, but they want Nichushkin. Trades rejected, okay. I'm going to try also saying Ryan Johansson back to Nashville here. Ravel, they were just taking back for the roster spot. Trade is rejected. Going to see if we can add like a 3-6-7 here. Make this go through. They still said no to the 3-5-7, so we got to do like a 3-4-7 here. Making it just enough value. There we go. Wow. So, again, we're trying to make sure we maximize every trade. The Devils here, like, how is the Devils first round of that high value? They're like a contender for sure. Let's see if they'll take Yurov and Olesen here for the first. I feel like that's on our side, so maybe take back Andre Palat, bit of a cap dump. Give us Eric Halla there too. All of that. Trades rejected. Just give us Halla. A couple of guys with like no value. Maybe they push it over though because they want them. There we go. All right, that worked out well. Islanders first round pick here is a little bit lower value. I'm trying to think. We still have some seconds. This might be a time to use one. Gonna try like a 2nd, 4th, and 5th here for the Islanders first. Trades rejected. I think we add a couple more. It'll go through though. All right, just added a 6 and a 7. And there we go. Rangers first round picks also pretty low value, so I think we can do another like, you know, just bunch of mid picks with a second. 2, 5, 6, 7 on our side. Rangers say yes. All right, guys. Now next year, I'm trying to make a massive trade with the Ottawa Senators, offering up Nathan McKinnon for their first round pick, plus the Red Wings first round pick, Tim Stützle, Brady Tkachuk, and Jake Sanderson. Basically, like their 3 best young players. McKinnon's got a ton of value, but this actually gives the Senators more value. The fact though McKinnon does have, you know, max trade value, I think they might say yes to this. We'll see. Trades rejected. Okay, so we were trying to, you know, get a little bit too much there. Instead of Sanderson, let's try like a 2nd round pick. Trade still rejected. Value on the table's too far off. Let's just try the first 4 then. Wow, they said that's just a bit low. 2 firsts, Stützle, and Tkachuk. Are you kidding me? So trying a 6th round pick here just to push this thing through. They still said it's a bit too low. Okay, so a 5th round pick is what they want. It's still a bit too low. I wish they would just tell you, like, add a 4th rounder and we'll accept. Sweeten the value just a touch. Just when is a 3rd rounder? Just a touch. What? They're still saying no. Callum Ritchie. McKinnon and Ritchie for 2 firsts, Stützle, Tkachuk. I think that's not a terrible trade. Still rejected, just a bit too low. Now I feel like it's a glitch or something. 6th rounder. There we go. Wow, that took a while. Now next, you guys are going to try and trade for the Flyers pick. Again, it's got, you know, a good amount of value, which makes sense. They're a seller. Probably going to flip Tkachuk or Stützle here. Stützle's got way too much value, so probably Tkachuk. Even Matthew Boldy. I feel like Boldy just kind of fits on the Flyers the way his, you know, style is. He might have a little bit more value. Maybe we can get first plus a little bit here for Matthew Boldy. Let's try 1st and a 2nd. They say no. Just a bit low. Just a bit low means Matthew Boldy in a 6th for 1st and a 2nd. There we go. Definitely can use that 2nd round pick in the future. Look at the Penguins here. They don't have a 1st. The Sharks do. Of course, they're just going to have a lot of value. I want to send Pavelski home here to the Sharks. Unfortunately, they're not interested in him, so it's going to make the trade tougher. Now, Brady Tkachuk's got an equal amount of value somehow. I don't think that's quite accurate. I feel like we could get back something here. Maybe give us like Muka Moldin with Vlasic and the 1st for Brady Tkachuk. Wow. They say no to that. That's honestly kind of shocking to me. Try and get back a few mid-round picks. Like Brady Tkachuk for the Sharks first seems like a steal for them. And yeah, there we go. We do have a chance though to maybe get a bit more. Try getting a 3-4-5 there rather than a 4-5-6. They said no, so we literally had like the perfect amount of value. Okay, so we get the Sharks pick, which most likely can be the first overall pick in your life this year. So good thing that's out of the way. The Kraken should have like a, apparently they have a pretty valuable 1st round pick. I did not expect that one. Hopefully they want some veterans. They like Lehkonen. They like Ross Colton. Let's do like those 2 guys plus a 2nd. Actually, maybe even without the 2nd they would do this. There we go. St. Louis Blues up next. Again, you know, they have like a middle value first round pick. Honestly, one thing we haven't done yet, I think I still have a ton of, you know, first round picks in the future. Yeah. Let's see, would they take 2025 first for their first straight up? They do, so we can do that a bunch more times. Tampa Bay doesn't even have their first rounder. The Maple Leafs do. It's a bit lower though. Still have the Blue Jackets second. So let's try and just do 2, 4, 5 for the Maple Leafs first. See what they say. And there we go. And next you guys get the Vancouver Canucks, another mid-level first round pick. So I think we're gonna do the same thing we did with St. Louis Blues and just trade one of our future first. I've been holding on to them just, you know, for this reason. Makes the later trades easier. Basically, you want to do the tougher trades first. They say yes. Now, having said that, we do still have to get the Blackhawks first, which can be tough, and the Blue Jackets first. Vegas Golden Knights, yeah, that one's pretty low valued. So I'm able to get it here for Pavelski, who they actually want 1-for-1. They say yes. Okay, I think that was a really good deal. Next year, guys, look at the Capitals first round pick, another mid-level one. So I'm thinking we'll do a future first here. We'll offer up a 2027 first round pick. They say yes. Honestly, it might be the same thing here for the Jets. And then, actually, no, never mind. The Jets is kind of low. Let's see if there's any, like, skaters, prospects they like. Josh Manson, Cam Fowler. Would they do Fowler 1-for-1? It's close. We do have to take somebody back. Their lowest value player. Let's just take Johansson there. We'll try throwing in Ambrosio just because he has no contract. They do this, basically Fowler for a first. Trade accepted. I did not think that was going to go through. Okay, so I just counted up all of our first round picks. We actually still need 6 more. I thought we only needed 2 or 3, so obviously skipped a couple extra teams there I forgot about. Luckily, we still have Makar. That's a big trade to make. Stützle as well. Like, Makar should equal 3 or 4 first. Stützle should equal at least 2. Right there, we're good. And then honestly, all of these guys should probably combine for like another one. And then I think we still have 1 or 2 more future first. So I actually kind of like the state we're in. So Buffalo Sabres here. We never got their first. That's right. They have another, you know, mid-level first. So for them here, I'm offering up the 2028 first. This should go through. Trades rejected. Throw in Barons there. I mean, we need the picks. Let's see what they say. That gets it done. Next, you guys trying to get the Florida Panthers first round pick from the Flyers, offering up Manson a second and a third. They say no to that. All right, at this point, they gotta say yes, offering up 4 players they like plus a second. There we go. And just like the Flyers, guys, I missed that the San Jose Sharks also have the Penguins first round pick. You can see there is one of the lower value ones. Now, we don't have any second round picks left, but I'm hoping 2/3 and Georgiev can make this happen. Value's actually way on our side. Sharks don't have too many goalies. Let's just take back the least valued one, Romanov. I mean, I think they have to say yes to this. There we go. Now look at the Blackhawks here, guys. I totally forgot they also have the Lightning first round pick. You can see theirs has a ton of value. The Lightning, though, is well below value. I was trying to trade this future 2029 first round pick for the Blue Jackets 1-for-1. They said no. What I'm thinking is maybe try and get the Lightning's first rounder there, plus like, you know, a second round pick from the Stars. We can then use that second round pick to maybe get the Columbus Blue Jackets first. Blackhawks said yes. Okay, so we pick up a second. Honestly, guys, not even using the second. I wonder if they would do this trade. Stützle for Fantilli in a first. Stützle has a little bit more value because he is high rated. Fantilli, high elite. He's an 80 overall, where Stützle there's an 88. See what the Blue Jackets say to this. Trades rejected. Instead of Fantilli, let's try getting Kent Johnson here. And honestly, probably could get another player, like maybe Damon Severson for Stützle. I feel like that's a pretty good return. Trades rejected. Okay, Johnson in a first for Stützle seems very fair. So let's see what the Blue Jackets say. There we go. All right, so we have 1 pick left to get. It's Chicago Blackhawks first round pick. As you can see there, it does have a ton of value. Thing is, we are guaranteed to beat this challenge. So I still have Cale Makar. I'm hoping, though, we can actually keep him, which as I think that'd make, you know, this even more impressive. Because Makar, you could honestly trade down a bunch and pick up, like, again, 4 first round picks. So doing this without moving Makar is pretty crazy. But obviously, we might have to trade him if our best offer here does not work. So it's going to be Johnson, Tatar, Duran, plus a second and a third. Does that get the Blackhawks pick? I mean, the value is way on our side. I wonder if just like Johnson, the second and the third gets it done. And it does. Wow. That could be the first overall pick. So there you have it. The Avs get every single pick in the 2024 first round and keep Cale Makar to build around. They've also still got, you know, some other guys there. Tatar, Duran, Miles Wood. Goaltending wise, still got Francouz as our starter. That's crazy. Honestly, early on, I was starting to think we weren't going to be able to pull this off, but I think it was because we were training for all the kind of higher value first round picks early, but saving the lower value ones for late. Also, you guys, in case you're wondering, here's the 32 first round picks we traded for. Kind of funny, our first round picks actually tied the rest of like the stellar teams for having the most value because our team is absolutely trash now. But as you can see, there's all the first. We do have a 4, 5, and 6 as well we did not use, but I will show you the team here. I want you guys to like let me know in the comment section how you think they're going to do in this sim because it's pretty tough. Now, the first line's kind of cool. It's actually like an all former Montreal line. Tatar, Duran, Gallagher. I think that, you know, it's something kind of cool. We got O'Connor, Wagner, Wood, I mean, you got Cogliano. Really no scorers on this team. Defensively, though, they're not terrible because you still have Cale Makar. Edward Vlasic's decent defensively. Brad Hunt, Josh Brown, McDermott, Jack Johnson. Goaltending here, you got Franco still starting. So it's going to be interesting to see how they do. I think that just got a little bonus to, see how this team ends up. And now check this out, guys. I just simmed ahead to the draft lottery. We're picking first overall via our own pick. We didn't get last in the league. We actually got fourth last there. I can see all the other picks we traded for. Actually, just like real life, the Sharks finished last, but they dropped a 3. As you can see, not a terrible record, like 32, 39, 11. Considering the utter lack of offensive talent this team had, it's actually pretty good. McCarr there at 95 points, 82 games. He's up to 96 overall now. Quickly, I'll just show you guys the rest of the team. Brendan Gallagher had 71-point season, so he popped off in that first line. Miles Wood had 50 after that. Really no one else is scoring. And I mean, the fact that this team was so bad, McCarr still had a +2. He was trying to carry. Francouz actually had an above 900 save percentage, so honestly, yeah, this team did better than I expected, but we will get to the draft now, guys. You can see there as well, the Jets won the Stanley Cup. And here we go, guys. It's time to enter the draft with every single pick in the first round. I mean, just look at that. That's how you do a rebuild, especially the fact you're able to hold on to Cale Makar. We lost McKinnon, we lost Ranton, but, I mean, we're set. We get Celebrini, Spruev, I think that guy's made up. I never heard of him. But then you get Backstrom there. McGillney's another made up guy. He looks sick. Cole Yzerman, Levshinov, Demidov, Berkeley Catton, Sam Dickinson, Celiev. Like, yeah, we are going to be set for the future. So obviously got to make sure Macklin Celebrini there goes first overall. Also, too, just for the thumbnail, let's get some real players. Cole Yzerman will go second. And you know what? Just to mix it up, we'll take Berkeley Catton here third. He does have a face. I think he's like one of the only top 10 picks in the game that's actually got a face. So we'll just sim to the next round here, and I'll show you guys how that first round turned out for us. So after Berkeley Catton, you got Spruev, who's medium elite. Same with Backstrom there, 82 as well. McGillney, Levshinov, Demidov there, Dickinson, Celiev. So we got 10 medium elite players with our top 10 pick. Helmuth there's a high top 6. Jerichek's high top 4. Timothy Kivaharju, Connolly there, Hudson, Lindstrom, Brandside, Nygaard. I mean, a look at this. Like, Henry Muse there as well. Alex Zetterberg. Yeah, we've got a team for sure to build around TJ Ginla. So, very cool to see Zane Parek there. Love it, love it, love it. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this one. I'm really glad to be able to pull this off, and especially too, being able to hold on to Cale Makar makes it even better. If you guys wouldn't mind, leave a thumbs up for me successfully completing this challenge. If you guys haven't subscribed yet, hit the sub button down below for more videos like this. And as always, guys, thanks so much for watching. Have a nice day. Goodbye.